This is bizarre. Ah! So, oh, ha 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 ha. Okay. And then if I want to do whatever. Okay, so that's Jesus. Should I put me down here? Probably. It looks fine to me. Is the audio working at all? Can you guys see or hear or anything? Dope. Okay. If only there were a way to not show you my mess. Like, for example, planning ahead ever in my life for anything. I don't have anything that embarrassing, but like, I don't know. Just generally being not a dirty ass would be a good thing. Jesus. Okay. Okay. Alright. There's some Funko dolls in the background, because that's adorable. And is that it? Is that the worst of it? Oh, my lotion, because who cares? Okay. Okay. Dope. Okay, so you can hear everything, you can see everything, which means that I should share on social media. Fucking weird way to say that. Anybody have any advice questions while I'm doing this? That, I don't know how many people are even here, but, I thought it could be fun. don't know my own Twitter, but fuck. Aha! Okay. Look at my cute little kitty. It's a cute little kitty. Reddit? Sims 4 Reddit? Sims 4. Sure. Okay. That should be sufficient, right? Tumblr doesn't do it still, right? Is there... How do you... Okay, since nobody's here, I'm gonna continue being boring and try to figure out how Tumblr works. But in the meantime, let's watch some things happen. YouTube.com/c/the debaucher is Dweeb/live. Post. YouTube.com/c/the debaucher is Dweeb/live. Still not working. Tumblr is dead to me. Okay, is it just you and me, dude? That's cool. How are you? Talk to me. Tell me a story. Let's have fun. I'm going to start this off by cheating because I'm just like a lazy ass, basically. Oops, I forgot the thing again. How bad is Cassie's memory? Let's find out on this episode or whatever the fuck of whatever I'm doing. Oh, okay, go to school. And you are a teenager, correct? So you go to school also. Yeah. What the hell? It sounded like somebody farted. Did you guys hear that? Does it not tell you how many people are watching? It does, but it's not always accurate. Like right now it says 1. But that actually does seem accurate. How are you? I haven't watched your videos for a while. I'm doing good. How are you? It's always weird talking to people who have watched my videos because I never know which ones. But you know, ain't that the way it goes? So this family is in honor of Orange is the New Black, the new season coming out. I thought I would play on Pusey Washington and Brooke Soso, because you know, I don't think it's a spoiler at this point, but anyway, their story does not turn out the way I would have wanted it to, and so I decided to make them on The Sims and have them have a long, happy life together, because they're adorable. And this is... Hey, Brooke! Where'd you go? I'm trying to show them how cute you are and you just run away? See, there's Brooke. Chilling, dancing, being cool. There's Pusey. Just happy as a clam, chilling. She's, oh. See, the thing is, I got distracted by, having them have kids, and then I didn't really focus on their careers as much, or at least... I think Brooke made more progress in her career. I was struggling to get Pusey promoted. Or something. You haven't played The Sims or watched Orange is the New Black, so you'll try to catch up to my level. Why are you here? That's my question first. Second, I don't know. It's so weird, just like chilling with... What is your name, by the way? Do you have something you would like me to plug, since you're here and approximately 50 people or fewer will see this after? I don't know. I don't know how social media works, clearly. Anyway, but this house is pretty cool too. Check that shit out. Somebody worked hard doing this. Right? I mean... Oh! Okay, well, anyway. It's a cool house with a lot of cool little details that I would not have been able to pull off myself because they require whatever. Doesn't matter, but you know, nothing matters. So, your name is Mo. I love the name Mo. You're here to talk to me. Oh boy. But why? What are your motives? And am I taking advantage of you and your precious time? These are the questions that I have. Oh, fuck. Okay, well, let's do something interesting. Are you eating or making food? See, the thing with the culinary career is you have to make a bunch of food as you're like... You basically have to either have parties all the time or you just constantly have leftovers. Serve breakfast, something fancy. You think I'm interesting and funny? Thanks. That's so sweet. I mean, I'm not being funny right now, though. That's the problem. It's like, a lot of people are funny, but can you be funny on a Tuesday at 3 o'clock? Or whatever. whatever the example that Pete Holmes uses on his podcast, which everyone in the world should listen to, have I mentioned. Oh my. Fire! Yeah, you should go to the Geek Festival. Bring some friends, of course. For sure. Uh-oh. Brooke and Poussey are falling out of love. You should invite Lorna because she is one of my favorites recently. Oh yeah, you have a daughter who's all grown up already. And a granddaughter. Look. The world is a crazy place. Where you can forget that people have children. Is it okay if I wear my glasses? Can you still see my beautiful eyeballs? I don't know why I just looked that way. That was pretty stupid. I don't know. Hey, do I know? No, I don't. I'm gonna try to get really hyper here in a second. You have not listened to that podcast. Well, that's what I'm here for. You tune into Cassie World when you can. I like that phrasing. Masters of Scale. I'm gonna write that down. Oops. What's Masters of Scale? Pete Holmes's podcast is called You Made It Weird. He's one of my favorite comedians also, if you just want to YouTube search him and see if he's your kind of fella, because his comedy gives a pretty good idea of what the podcast is like, I feel like. But he's one of my favorite humans. Now we're gonna just like hang out together and watch this load. Something fun. Let's see. Well, I said this was an advice edition, so let's look, I don't actually have any advice. I don't have anything interesting to say really right now. My advice to you when you're sad about something that happens on a television show is to develop and harness a Sims addiction that runs your life. And then create the characters that didn't get the ending that you wanted. And just make your own. It's my advice. It's the advice portion of this advice thing that I sold as an advice thing. Good talking. Let's move on. Maybe I'll just sing badly while it's loading. I love singing badly. Let's see. I'm trying to think of a song that I haven't already sung on here. Let's even see what you're seeing. Hey, Henry TK. 2 whole humans. Nanny nanny foo foo. Who's cool now? I think it's me. Hey, don't retract your message. I need you. I need your attention or else I die. I don't die, in fact. Here's the thing. Sometimes on social media, we get stuck in like these like circles that don't even have the people who we would best get along with. And so it's not even necessarily always about you know, I don't know. I've been thinking a lot about Instagram because like most of the people who follow me on Instagram and like Facebook and stuff are people I know in real life or like people I went to high school with and stuff, and like I think the whole point of the YouTube video thing is to like get away from I don't know. I just think it's nice that like the internet lets us find people who think that we're cool even when we're dorks. And like then dorks can become like a different version of cool. I don't know. I like in high school I was always really insecure because of social media, because it was like constantly reminding me that I was like not one of the cool kids. And so yeah, I don't know, I've been thinking about that a lot, like that might be most of the reason why I do YouTube at all. Yeah, creating and controlling those connections to find people who resonate with you no matter where in the world they are. Yeah. But I do worry that it's like, that I have a personality disorder. Well, clearly I have a personality disorder of some kind. Yeah. Anyway, but it's also, it's just like, I don't know, the YouTube thing helps me not worry so much about whether or not I'm cool. Except it does make me worry about it in like a different way than I did before, so I don't know how effective it really has been at that, but my cat likes to hang out. I have like these 2 little bookshelves in my desk here, and she likes to hang out underneath them, and it's adorable. Everyone can be diagnosed with a personality disorder, that is probably correct. Although, I don't know. I just worry that I'm a bad person like all the time, which I guess is probably a good thing, because the second you stop worrying about that is the second you probably become a bad person. Oh, that was weird inflection. Anyway, you should watch some of my newer videos, because if you like the old ones, then, you know, it's only uphill from there in my opinion, but who knows. The 7-second rule? Isn't that like the food rule? 5-second rule? What's the 7-second rule? Wait 7 seconds until you say a thing so that you don't end up saying dumb stuff that people hate? Because that's advice I should probably follow. If you think about how you acted or interacted with someone for more than 7 seconds, you need to drop it and move on. Yeah, that's the thing. It's overthinking is what does it. I overthink everything, and then it's like... But it's also... A part of me is like... There's this part of me that's like, okay, sure, I'm socially awkward, but also, aren't we all And aren't we all just like doing the same things? Just like with different people? Like we all, I don't know. We're all cool to some people and then uncool to other people. Like there's never going to be, no one ever reaches, like there are celebrities who still aren't cool compared to other celebrities who, you know, whatever, like everybody is gonna get snubbed or blown off by someone. And it's just a matter of, you know. But then it is also, you know, like I clearly am at the very bottom of the totem pole YouTube wise. So, I don't know. Like Kanye, exactly. Exactly like Kanye. Yeah, or like, fucking, I love Mikaela Watkins, and like they kicked her off of SNL or whatever. Well, that's not exactly how it went down, but like, and she's like one of the coolest people in my universe, you know. So I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. I think too much about other people's social interactions also. I feel like it's a creepy thing that I do. Ignorance is bliss. I think the other thing too is that people are really judgmental, but people are really judgmental because they are insecure themselves. Like, if you're secure with yourself, you don't feel the need to, you know, analyze other people's faults. Maybe you do, I don't know. But in that case, you're probably just an asshole. So, I don't know. I figure everybody is alive, and I don't want to murder anyone, and therefore it would be nice if I could have like a positive impact on as many people as possible and a negative impact on as few people as possible, because they're here and being here is weird for everybody, you know? Ooh, also I got the, okay, this is just for the Sims dorks who watch this later, but I got a new venue for this Waterside Warble or whatever it is. I forget what it's called. Does it tell me if I go into build mode? Neon Nights. Anyway, but I think it's a cool, it's actually exciting for me because I haven't seen this venue yet at all. It's pretty dope. I ain't gonna lie. Anyways. So this is the Geek Con. And this is, what the hell? I guess the booths aren't open, question mark? But that's all food, question mark? Where do you buy a t-shirt? That's the only thing that they're supposed to do. I don't know where the merch stand is. Does anybody see it? I guess you could just chill out until, is that it? Not food. at these places, you can't get away from the merch. What's going on? Yeah, like Trump is worried about the size of his hands and many other things, but probably doesn't really matter for a president. I feel bad for Donald Trump. I don't think that's an uncommon opinion. But that poor man. I mean, it's hard to feel bad for him. And I recognize that, but can you imagine what it's like to be in his head? It's gotta really suck. You know what I'm saying? So, oh God. Where is my merch? Give it to me. How am I supposed to buy a t-shirt if you don't sell me t-shirt? I don't know. Here, build a rocket. Why not? Or you could go dance together. That sounds like more fun for you guys. Maybe not, because I don't think it's open. Or at least there's not a DJ. Let's see. Oh, we could have you play a family game of whatever this is. Go play a family game. Family. Family game. Family. Is this amusing at all? Also, is the stream still working? I guess that's progress. 'Twasn't working before. Do you think that some people see themselves accurately? I've been thinking about this a lot. Like, I don't think I see myself accurately at all, and I'm not sure exactly on what metrics I get it wrong, like to what extent, and like even in what direction sometimes. And it probably just depends. I don't know, it probably depends on the day and like my mood and things, but I don't know. I feel like that's also part of what the YouTube thing is about for me, is like finding out what I'm really like and like what my actual limitations are and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You don't think anybody sees themselves accurately? Yeah, I tend to think so too. Playing the llama game with your friends who you came here with. Playing the llama game. Socializing with your family because you can. Talk lovingly about cosplayers. Sure. I think it all boils down to just being happy. Nobody truly knows where we came from and why we are here, where we are going. Yeah, I think that's... Do you ever think that, like... Do you ever think that people just don't take enough time out of their, like... insecurity and shame are really toxic. But then on the other hand, like, I understand as a young person that if I act like too cocky that it'll turn people off, because you're supposed to doubt yourself until you prove yourself or whatever, but like, you kind of have to believe in yourself before you have any real reason to. So I think that's part of why I admire, like, people, you know, the people I do, like the Vlogbrothers and good old Nice Peter and, you know, Epic Lloyd, all those people. The Holy Trinity. Most people on YouTube, actually, really. It's a very supportive, mutually uplifting community. That's what I like about it. But, yeah, I don't know. I just think, like, people get competitive, and it's bad. Because, as Grace Helbig says, there's plenty of room for everybody. But the other thing is, like, I know that there's stuff at the top level of, like, social media. Like, because the people I admire who are, like, enablers, like, and try to teach and, like, help foster young people or, like, inexperienced people to, like, follow their passions and blah, blah, blah. Like, there is also this uncomfortable reality that not everybody who you encourage to follow their dreams is going to make it. So I don't know. But I think maybe it's just, you know, you have to have the balls to be willing to fail. The GeekCon challenges have begun. Oh no! What are they? And also, that's not true because... Oh, I see. Is everything shut down? No. Is there merch? Do you want to give me some merch? You useless piece of garbage. La 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 la. But The Sims also makes me happy because, like, it's just complexity, man. Like, if you look at the universe like it's a simulation, it's just like fun to explore the possibilities, because, like, the way we play video games is very look at that, there's a picnic table over the thing. The way we play video games is so different from the way we live our lives, because, like, in life the default assumption is, like, I don't know, that everything that exists already exists, and we lose our curiosity, I think, and we kind of, like, we just start to go through our daily lives, like, thinking that we already understand everything about the world, and, like, or everything that we need to, and so we kind of just, like, close ourselves off to things. But, like, really, it's a lot like when I play The Sims, I'm constantly looking for, like, the new things, or, like, the things that can introduce a new element of complexity to the game, or, like, a new nuance in the way that the Sims interact with each other, or whatever. Like, that's the kind of stuff, like, the programming, the complexification of the programming, I guess, is what's fascinating about video games, you know, because it's like you have Pac-Man, and then you have The Sims, and then you have, like, everything in between and all over the map video game wise. So it's like, you know, it's just kind of fun to explore the possibilities of what it's possible to program. But then in the world, we kind of forget that that's a thing that you can still do, is, like, analyze the, I don't know, because the world also has its own kind of programming. It's just a different kind of programming. I don't know if anything I'm saying makes any sense at all, but I just, like, think that, Basically what I'm trying to say is that The Sims keeps me slightly sane most of the time, sort of. Sometimes the journey sucks. Yeah, that made sense. That's good. But I worry about that a lot because, like, I guess ultimately it probably doesn't matter. At the very least, if the universe is a simulation, then it all would make a lot more sense, like why we're here and what we're supposed to be doing, but it is interesting that philosophy gets such a bad rap these days from like certain types of people. Because like the primary argument against studying philosophy is that it isn't economically viable. But like that's kind of an argument against everything these days. Like unless you, I don't know. It's just silly. The world is a little bit silly. Yeah. Programming shows you how the world could be a simulation. Well, and it's programming and logic are basically the same thing. Like, yeah. Programming uses and displays the logical structure of things. And so, I don't know. It's just interesting to think about the logical structure of real life also. And like, but yeah, I've been thinking about that a lot while playing The Sims, the coolness thing. But like, how does coolness work? Because really, all relationships, we just create them out of nothing for no real reason. Like, there is compatibility and there's more obvious friendships and more obvious, like, romantic relationships, more obvious pairings or whatever. But, like, marriage, for example. I want to get married one day. Mostly because I think it's like a laziness thing. Like, I just don't want to spend my entire life dating different people. But it's also, you know, there's the romance side of it. Like, you want to fall in love and, like, have a happily ever after, even though those don't exist. But, like, marriage doesn't make any sense. Like, on The Sims, I like to have people have kids with all sorts of, like, if I could have each of my Sims have kids with 3 to 5 people, I probably would do that. But then we'd have an overpopulation problem. So, I don't know. Marriage just kind of, like, streamlines things. And, it makes sense to do it that way because then you end up with family units as opposed to like just random kids running around everywhere. But like it also doesn't make any sense. Marriage, friendship, none of it does. Like we I don't know. But that's kind of the nice thing about it too, is that there's no real reason to be friends with people. There's no real reason to be kind to anyone. There's no real reason to give back to the community or whatever. Like, there's no real reason to be a person. Like, everybody has the option of killing themselves, and that would be probably, you know, ultimately, you can't really even know what the impact of that on the world would be. But in any case, everything ends eventually, and so who cares? But, like, we just do it anyway. I don't know. I think it's more fun almost to not have a reason and have to kind of make up your own approach to living. I don't know. But I think that's probably why I'm so preoccupied with and drawn to existentialism, is that I think that way, you know. I don't even know what you just said. Random algorithms that generate content that doesn't necessarily need to have meaning. Things can just be, and they can be in a beautifully boring way, but not boring. That kind of makes sense. Yeah. You should watch my video about the plague. I think you would enjoy it. But yeah, I've been putting all this pressure on myself with the YouTube thing. And I think what I realized is that it doesn't even... It has more to do with my own insecurities than it does with me actually wanting to create good content. Like, but I think also, like, all of the videos that I've made so far have been a good step for me, like this most recent one about being a loser. I think that's, I still agree with everything I said in that video, because it's like, yeah, everybody's a loser until they're not. And like, some people die losers, but they still have love, they still have people who love them, and they still have value. So why are we all so concerned with constantly making sure that we're aware of, like, you know, the exact status of people or whatever? Like, I don't know. But it also worries me because I don't know if I'm cut out for the business side of anything, really, because I'm not good at, you know, I don't know. And that is something that I feel like older people are a little more elitist than younger people. But, you know, for all I know, that's because when you reach that point, it's obvious that, like, you know, I don't know. But also, it's just, I know I'm an idealist, but I would like to live in a world where people don't starve if they have nothing to contribute. Like, you know, because we have enough stuff already. It's not like we're running out of stuff. It's not like we're running out of food. You know, why make people... I don't know. It's just ridiculous. The world is ridiculous and sad, in my opinion, but whatever. I don't even know why I'm doing this streaming thing, but it's fun. I don't know. Hanging out, chilling, talking about things. Yeah, admitting to yourself that you have problems is, yeah. Please, Moda? What's a Moda? This is the most boring Sims live stream. Okay, let's at least do some parenting stuff that the people do on live streams these days, where they're like, let me show you the new thing that Sims can do. Oh, if you can talk to her. Anyway, I think, you know, what I've been telling myself is that soon we will simulate everything, because I'm pretty sure the Matrix is just gonna happen, you know? And so then it won't matter, like overpopulation hopefully won't matter. You know that episode of Doctor Who where the lady goes into the computer world? That's what I think is going to happen. Everybody's just going to be in a computer world. And it'll be great. Except I was talking with someone about this the other day, like, if VR gets to a point where it's as sophisticated as the technology that we use now, it's gonna be fucking nuts, dude. Like, you're gonna be able to have sex with anybody virtually. Like, have you seen Black Mirror? You should watch Black Mirror. But anyway, the world is fucking nuts, and it's just going to get more crazy. And I think part of what's happening politically is, like, people are losing their minds about how quick the world is changing, you know, because it's like the world that my parents grew up in is a completely different world from the world that I'm growing up in, which is a completely different world from the world that kids now are growing up in. Like, it's just nuts. It's just nuts. It's all nuts, and none of us are good at figuring it out. Which is why we all need to do more psychedelic drugs to, like, just help us kind of, like, step back from it for a second and be like, whoa, this is like a bigger story that I'm just participating in and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Do you feel me, internet? Do you feel me? Can I get an amen? Can I please have your friendship? Even if it's just digital friendship. It makes me feel better about my life. I think I'm trying to do an impression of Kevin Spacey in House of Cards. How am I doing? It's just a little bit like this thing, where you go up and then a little bit at the end. I don't know. I don't know. If all those people just shared a car, how many people could we feed? Yeah. If I think streaming is fun, that seems like reason enough for me to do it. One day we'll get to a level of VR where we're basically living Ready One Player. Yeah. But that's also a little bit scary because we're all going to be so lonely, don't you think? I mean, maybe we'll find ways of creating community that, No, you know what? I have faith in the human spirit. I think humans are... The thing is, we'll try a lot of things, and then we'll get bored. But I do worry that it will make... This is such a stupid thing to worry about, but I worry that love won't be possible in a world where anybody can do anything, you know? Like, suppose the world doesn't end and VR takes over and we all live in, like, a simulated reality where we can do basically whatever we want and, like, program our own realities in whatever ways that we want to. Like, suppose that all happens and everything is perfect and it works out perfectly and everything is great. So then what? We're all, like, digital versions of ourselves that are, like, immortal. And we just, like... What's that short film that, like, won an Oscar or something? You know what I'm talking about? Anyway. But I worry that, like... I should probably just end this, huh? I should probably just end it. This is the most boring thing ever. But I'll wrap it up by saying, I don't know. If anybody watches this to the end, please let me know, because I just am curious, but also answer this question, which is, do you think that it'll be more difficult to fall in love in a world where everything is transparent? Or would be more difficult to fall in love in a world where everything is transparent and people are like, we can basically do whatever we want? Do you think it'll level us all out and make us like all basically the same because we all just basically try everything and then go off into our own little worlds? Or do you think it'll make it so hard to relate to people because we're all off in our very specific little like demographics, a little bit like YouTube, where like we all have our things, but we don't have enough time to do everything, and so we, you know, get into pigeonholed into these like tiny, very specific little worlds that are hard to, or does it even matter because we already are like that, and so maybe love just isn't real to begin with. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. Anyway, that's the hopeless romantic side of me talking now, but let me know what you think. You're driving. God, don't participate in this if you're driving. Yeah, you think we'll find a way to build community? You think if we live in a perfect world, love won't be able to blossom because there's a lack of conflict, and that's how humans grow, especially together? That's interesting. You think it will be hard at first? Yeah, I guess I do still think it would be possible. But actually, maybe it'll be easier because, well, I don't know. I guess ultimately I have been questioning the idea of monogamy. But I still like it. Like, conceptually, I like the idea of monogamy because, I don't know, there's something nice about it. But in a world where you can have sex with anybody virtually, or like, you know, whatever, Taylor Swift, blah blah blah, like, why would anybody, like, do you think people would just stop having real sex with each other? I know that that's a weird path to take this down, but like, honestly, like, if you could have the best sex of your life simulated with like anybody you want, do you think people will just stop dating? You think people will just spend, or do you think that would get old after a while and people would eventually, or are there gonna be like you know, factions of people who like violently disagree with each other over what we should be focusing on, or whatever, like what our approach to love and sex and relationships should even be? Like, it's all too complicated and I don't like it. Love will probably cease to exist in the way that we know it, but there will still be a form of it. I believe in love and people. People want to connect and want to feel like they belong. You gave the example of people on YouTube now, but these small pigeonholes come great communities. From these small pigeonholes come great communities. Yes. Yeah, I think that's true. As long as John and Hank Green are still alive when VR takes over, I think we'll be okay. All us internet dorks will have a place to, you know, I don't know. But it's, yeah. I think the other thing that does make me feel like, because, So also in the future there will probably be like, I don't know, I took a class on drugs or something. What was it? Oh, I took a bioethics class where the guy was the guy. There was a guy in my bioethics class who was talking about these machines that they're coming up with that'll like just print chemical structures of things for you, and so you can like print your own drugs basically, and you can print any drug, like any, you know, from acid to like, you know, painkillers or vitamins. I don't know. Vitamins are technically a drug, but that is not the example I should have chosen. Anyway, the point is, that also worries me a little bit because, like, if you can, I don't know, man. It's gonna be nuts. But the idea of marriage is gonna be way weird because, like, can you, I mean, realistically, is there a person who you would want to do everything with? Like, I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't, you know, this is such a weird thing to talk about. Hank will probably organize a con where everyone can meet IRL and or in VR to connect. I think so. VidCon 2050 in the virtual space. You know you can do stand-up in virtual spaces now? I was, I forget, I think it was probably on You Made It Weird. I forget which episode and who was talking about it, but somebody tried like virtual stand-up, and it's like you have an avatar that like moves according with your body and stuff. Like, oh god, it's fucking weird, man. It's fucking weird. The world is fucking weird, and it's just gonna get weirder. I think people will be too selfish to give up on their idea of perfection. Everyone will just be stuck in their own virtual worlds doing whatever they want regardless of others. Eventually they might even forget about others, yeah. I think some people will. That's what I worry about. But I also think maybe VR is the second coming of Christ. I don't know if that makes me insane, but like, don't you think, I mean, it'll give people the opportunity to create both their own heavens and their own hells, like, but self-imposed ones, you know? And it'll really depend on, like, mostly your ability to look honestly at yourself and your own choices and your, like, inner compass or whatever. But, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's a muscle that we're all going to have to learn how to exercise better, probably, or else we'll end up one of the lonely people who gets trapped in their own little thing. I think people would make their own hells on accident. Like, they would, you know, maybe it wouldn't be hell. I don't know. I guess what's hell to me would be heaven to someone else. So who am I to judge? But I think separation from other people is kind of hell, right? Like, the idea of that is really sad to me. Of, like, people just, like, running off into their own little virtual space and never coming back to share their experiences with other people. That makes me really sad. And I hope that doesn't happen. But I'm sure it will. At least, you know, a portion of the population would do that. I'd be tempted to, honestly. But they won't be separated since they have a simulated copy. Well, I don't know. I mean, the logistics of that are complicated, and I'm not really sure, but some people will be isolated and self-absorbed, but many won't. Depends on the person. simulated company that's way better than any real human contact. See, that's the thing that worries me is, and like with the sex thing, I think I'd rather have a real person to like share my life with and also bone occasionally, as opposed to like an infinite. I feel like I would be overwhelmed by like the ability to have sex with Jensen Ackles and like, you know, whoever, I don't know. I'm also the kind of person who worries that if I think about a particular person while masturbating, that that's like super creepy and like somehow they'll know, you know? So I think I'm overthinking it. But it does, the idea of like people not connecting with real people in favor of connecting with simulated like sex robots is concerning to me because I don't know. Maybe it's a purist thing. Maybe religions in the future will be about like coming back to reality for a bit. Like maybe on Sundays instead of going to church we'll like sit in a living room with like real physical humans and be like, so it's fucking crazy, right? The physical world still exists. And then everybody will be like, yeah. And then we'll print out some chemical drugs and take them and be like, but is this also a simulation? I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. But will they even be able to tell a difference? That's the thing. Isn't that the question? I don't know. But why would you? It's a little bit like The Sims. Like everything in The Sims is perfect, but what I like about The Sims sometimes is that it draws my attention to the imperfections of real life that make real life feel more real. Like, you know, like these posters are all askew or whatever, and that's done intentionally to make it look like reality, but posters don't rip in a simulation. Posters rip in reality, you know, like this is all to make it look and feel like the reality that we're really in. But like the sex thing, for example, let's just stay on that because apparently that's my main concern. But like I think it's so much easier to simulate intimacy than it is to create real intimacy. And I'm afraid of living in a world where real intimacy doesn't even exist anymore because everyone is so preoccupied with like the perfect sex that we can all have all the time with anybody that's like extra fun and feels extra good and like whatever, it has like crazy enhancements or whatever, and like, but then I don't know, the idea of everybody doing that instead of like having real awkward, like sometimes unfortunate, disturbing sex, like I don't, that came out so wrong. It's not about sex, and I'm not like a sex addict. It's just like I just like the idea of, I don't know. But ultimately, is it even worth worrying about the future that much? Because who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? And like long term, who knows at all what the world will look like, you know? There's no way to know. And probably awkward sex won't disappear. Because I'm quite certain I'm not the only one who will feel that way. Supposing we do enter a future like the one that we've been imagining for the past hour. Half hour, whatever. Yeah, real intimacy will definitely be threatened. But maybe it'll be more like, I don't know. Yeah, but we can program posters to be ripped. And I'm sure we will. I'm sure we'll program our simulated reality to have a lot of the same things as real reality, but I don't know. It just worries me. It just worries me so much. But I also recognize that there's no use worrying too much about it because I'm not a futurologist. I don't know anything. And I could just, like, die tomorrow and then none of it would be relevant anyway. But for now, let's just, But I also think that after a while, the fact that it isn't real would eat at some people. People would try to find a real connection in real life to not feel like they have nothing in real life. Yeah. I think so too. I think eventually people will. I don't know. I mean, it's like, you know, a lot of like super famous people go on their like, you know, sex sprees or whatever, but then ultimately at the end of the day they want to settle down with one person. I think that's going to remain true in a world where anybody has access to that kind of sexual diversity or whatever. I don't know. But, you know, to what extent do I care because I was, like, socialized to believe that romance was important, you know? All of these things are just constructions of our imaginations that we make real by imagining them to be real. So, but does that make them less valuable? I don't think so. I think love is important. I think I always will think that. Probably, but I could be proven wrong. I don't know. That's true, just purely on a biological level. People will probably choose the real thing. And it'll be nice that pregnancy won't be a threat. Wow, 5 whole people are watching this now. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know. Hate 5 people who are watching. Why the hell are you here as opposed to doing something with your life other than watching some girl talk to a camera while not even playing The Sims? How's your life going? Am I judging you for being here? Yes. Is that a dick move since I'm here too? Yes. Do I hate myself enough to still think that you're making a bad choice with your life minutes? Kind of. Although we did just talk about some interesting stuff, so... Because you're enjoying the conversation. I'm sorry for being an asshole. Better to hear someone talk than talking to no one. You guys are fun. Anyway, I'm so insecure because there's so much content, but it's also like, don't you think eventually, this is my other train of thought on the YouTube thing in general. Like, don't you think in the future we'll all have YouTube channels, kind of? Like, we'll all be able to opt into hanging out with each other? I don't know. It's like social media is turning us into like a more complicated web of social interactions, and like, I don't know. I just think this is the future. People talking alone in rooms to cameras, and I know that that's a little bit sad, but it's also not sad because there's things like VidCon where people like meet up in real life also. So it's not that it doesn't build community, it's just that it takes a while to be able to see the community, you know, as a community. I'm like not as inarticulate as usual today. Judge away, I'm enjoying this while eating lunch. But at the same time, you can also say that it is sort of destroying the old ways of social interaction, so it kind of balances out. Not that I prefer social media over traditional social interaction. Yeah, I think the thing that worries me about social media is that it's like there are numbers attached to everything now. Like, you don't, it's not like high school where you just kind of like knew implicitly that you were uncool. Like, you know that you're uncool. Like, there are numbers to tell you exactly how cool and or uncool you are. But then that's kind of the other thing I was talking about earlier, like, everybody is uncool to someone and everybody's cool to someone, and it's not, I think we're so linear in our thinking about things that we don't even realize that, like, there's no such thing as an objectively cool person. Well, Jeff Goldblum, but like, other than that, I don't know why Jeff Goldblum is pretty fucking cool though. I mean, he's just like objectively cool, but other than him, there's no such thing as a person who's objectively cool. And there's also no such thing as a person who, like, never feels insecure and vulnerable and, like, uncool and lame. Will Smith. If things weren't complicated, I couldn't have this conversation right now. But here we are, having this conversation with people across the ocean about VR. Yeah, that is pretty cool. If I were high right now, I'd be tripping out about it, which is probably why it's a good thing that I'm not. Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah, those are both objectively cool people. You're not wrong. I think about fame a lot too. Do you think that VR will make fame less or more important? That, to me, is an interesting question. I think it's possible that it would make it less important. But I do not know. Because the thing is, then there will be numbers to everything. Like, it's not, you'll never be able to, it'll be like The Sims, where you can just, like, hover over people, like real people, and see their stats. Like, Sunflower, she's in the writers, Sky Camp, Goofy. You could probably even see her, you know, some notes about, like, people will be able to, you know, I don't know, categorize each other so quickly, and then, like, Black Mirror will happen and things will be, like, fucking redonkulous. Redonkulous is what they're gonna be. The importance of fame will remain the same, but the way we perceive it will change. Interesting. Or maybe the monetary aspects of fame will remain, but the way that we view famous people will be, like, to put them on less of a pedestal because, you know, I mean, that's part of what we're seeing with, like, celebrity gossip these days, too, is, like, nobody's perfect, and we're learning that, you know, like the Bill Cosby thing. Our heroes are flawed, and it's impossible for famous people to hide all their baggage now, it seems like, because, like, everything is just more out in the open, and yeah, with the internet, everything, blah, blah, blah. So it's harder to put people on a pedestal and keep them there because, you know, there's evidence that we're all humans that is constantly surfacing. But how long is that going to remain interesting? That's my question. How long are we going to be fascinated and surprised every time a celebrity turns out to be human? I don't know. It's an interesting question. putting celebrities on a pedestal will never go away. There have been tales of war heroes since the ancient Greeks and probably before. I mean, have you seen 300? Yeah. People will always find a way to put people on a pedestal for one reason or another. Yeah, that's probably true. And we kind of need that psychologically. We need to believe that there's, I don't know, that there are people who are fundamentally, who like have it figured out, basically. I should probably stop drinking coffee now. I'm not gonna sleep tonight. Who cares? Not me. Maybe we should keep doing stuff with the Sims, just in case they do something interesting. I like that every once in a while, like a brand new person just chimes in, even though you've been lurking in the shadows. Debussy. Anyway, I feel like we covered some things. I don't really know what my plan for the day after this is, but I was thinking of maybe filming a video about Greek philosophy or rap. What do you think I should do? I should film my rap. I got my cool gold chains and sunglasses in the mail today, and so pretty cool. I'm just saying. P.S. Anybody who's watching this should follow me on Instagram and Twitter so that we can be friends, because I've been using them and I still don't know how they work, but it's been fun, and I want you to participate with me and also help me, because you'll see. It's a shit show. It's a shit show in my corner of the world. What the fuck? Oh wow, that is some cosplay. Blake Simpson. Okay. I reached 6 people now. You're even more famous now. You don't have Twitter or Instagram? I guess, yeah, they're kind of dumb platforms. I don't know. I mean, all of social media is kind of dumb. You guys, oh my demographic is just too cool. Well, watch some of my other videos then, instead. We can be bad at it together. That sounds fun. 7? Oh my god. I'm basically famous at this point, you guys. You deleted your Facebook? See, okay, I got to a point like years ago where I almost deleted my Facebook, and then my friends were like, no, Cassie, you can't delete your Facebook. There's so much history on there of like our shameful high school years, which is true, and I'm glad I didn't end up deleting it. However, I think that was the seed that eventually led to my YouTube channel, because it's like, if I have to be on this thing, at the very least, can I talk to some people who actually like me? Because... anyway, I don't know. I just want to be able to be myself on the platforms. Hip new thing called Discord? I don't know what that is. Goldblum has nothing on me. That's right. Oh, you can download your Facebook before deleting it? If only I had known that then, we wouldn't be here now. But I'm kind of glad we're here now, to be honest, because I've always loved YouTube. And I'm terrified to meet my heroes, but first of all, I probably won't even get the opportunity to meet them. And secondly, it's the pedestal thing. And it's also a little bit like the cat in the box, whatever. What the fuck is that? The cat in the box that's both alive and dead. It's kind of like, you know, whatever it is that way already, regardless of whether or not I become aware of it. So, like, I don't know. I just don't see the point in shielding myself from realities that I might not enjoy. Woohoo! Thanks for following me on Twitter. Schrodinger's cat. Yes, yes. I think about that a lot, actually. Although I think about it in different terms than, because supposedly it's both alive and dead or whatever until you open the box, but really, I don't know. I think of it in real life, like things that I don't yet know that I might not want to know. I don't know. I think a lot of people are like scared to find things out, and so we don't do things. Like, we don't want to find out the truth about ourselves or about the people who we admire and stuff, and like, but that's dumb. Because, like, the people you admire are the people they are, regardless of whether or not you are aware of it. You know what I mean? Like, it's still better that we know that Bill Cosby did those things. Even though it sucks to find that out. I don't know. As a quantum mechanics student, I'll try to refrain from writing a super long explanation. Yeah, it probably would go over my head anyway, so that's probably for the best, because I'm smart about the things that I'm smart about, and I'm not about the things that I'm not, and I am aware of my limitations. And one of them is that I don't know quantum mechanics and never will. But I'm good at thinking about things abstractly, and applying concepts that I don't understand to other concepts that I don't understand and drawing parallels between them. Is that a useful skill? Arguably not. But do I do it? I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. You guys are cute. Look at you bonding. I'm creating a community. I am a community builder. And just like a force for social change and good positive things in the world. Did I just fuck up the microphone? It probably did. The endless pit of self-hatred that's in my heart is hard to crawl out of, but I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Community builder. Building community. Being awesome. Woo! That was my song about me being awesome. Who needs friends when we have each other? Honestly, yes. Let's hate each other together. I don't want to hate each other. We can hate ourselves together. How about that? Yeah. I like you guys. I just hate myself. Also, what does Oi Bando de Feo mean? Are you trying to tell me that my hat's ugly? Because that's just rude. Hi, ugly bunch. Oh, is that like a pet term thing? Thanks for calling us ugly, jeez. Jeez! Ooh, Portuguese. That's a new language. Last time, on my last live stream, I was talking to some let's see, there was a Russian girl and there was an Argentinian girl. I think that's it, actually. I mostly just wanted to tell that story because the Russian girl gave me an opportunity to speak in Russian, and it was kind of cool. God. Gross. Anyway. I think I should probably go do my rap now while you guys have my self-esteem reasonably high. Right? Do you think? I think I should. I think I should at least think about it. This is me thinking about it. Let's add Dutch. Oh my god, you're Dutch? What to say? Vergiet niet awesome te zien. Awesome doesn't really have a Dutch translation. Interesting. Interessant. Swiss Brazilian, jeez. What a just multicultural. I have appeal to. Oh my god, is that Japanese? Belgian? I mean, look. Some people just have worldwide appeal. And I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I am just like an intercultural, like, bridger of gaps and builder of community across the globe that just is, I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say is that I'm great. And I thought it would be more funny to talk about how great I am, but then it turned out not being that funny. Bahraini, interesting. Chinese, wow. Oh, Chinese, but you're American. But you just showed me some of your Chinese. That's cool. Yeah, see, Goldblum, nothing on me. International sensation. That's what they call me. It's just like only about 7 people at once tune in. But that's a sensation, okay? A sensation doesn't need to be a large sensation. You know what else is a sensation? A prick on your finger. So, you get me. Seven more than Goldblum. I appreciate you. You make me very happy. Well, now it's down to 5 sensations, but it still counts. You guys are awesome. Is that a movie? 7 Sensations? I want to watch Jurassic Park now. Or like some Jeff Goldblum movie that I haven't seen. Are there any Jeff Goldblum movies where he's naked? Asking for a friend. I make you happy too. Oh my god. Are we in love? I think we're all in love. Let's have a virtual sex party. I'm just kidding. Let's not do that. But let's have a virtual party. We are kind of having a virtual party right now. Jurassic Park. You're awesome. Don't call me awesome when you're awesome. You awesome pants. Fish food. That was... Sometimes I accidentally say jokes that I think no one else knows because it's just like something my dad says from like something he picked up as a kid. Liar tail fish food. That's what that was from. I don't know. Anyway, party. Party, party, party. I've been considering doing like a live stream that's actually a live stream and not just a Sims live stream. I probably should do that since I clearly like have not been playing Sims for at least half of this live stream. Brings Belgian chocolate and beer to the party. Oh, Discord is... Oh, is Discord the, Hang on. Is this still gonna show The Sims while I do this? Discord app. Yeah. I started following this, fuck, what's his name? I can plug him, because his channel is also pretty reasonably small. Yeah, Discord. I can set that up. That sounds like a lot of fun. But this guy was using it. It's the first time I've ever seen that app before. And his name is 15 something something. But his channel is a lot like mine. Just kind of like goofy and philosophical and heady, but also lame and silly. So I want to make sure to shout him out, because nobody really even follows me on Twitter, so it doesn't make a difference when I tweet things. But like 50 people might see this after it's rendered onto the thing, so letter 15. Yeah, 15 something. Look, his across-platform uniformity could be better, but arguably, so could mine. So, no, that's not what I wanted to... Letter 15 on Twitter. That's his name. 15 something. Would you want some help? I have some experience with it. Empty lobby thing. Sure. What's an empty lobby thing? Is that a thing that... Is that what it's called? The Discord thing? I want to see... The Letter 15. That's the name of his YouTube channel. The Letter 15. And I think you should follow it because it's kind of one of my new favorite things. He's like... He has a tone that reminds me of Zayfrank. If you guys are YouTube dorks from back in the day. And I haven't found another YouTuber who reminds me of, as much of Zayfrank as this guy does. And it makes me happy because I miss Zayfrank. P.S. Does anybody know what Zayfrank is up to these days? Because I would love to know that. And like patronize his whatever he's been doing. Any hoozle. Now I'm looking at the Discord app. Okay. Oh my. Yeah, I'll probably need help figuring this out. do you create a channel? Ah! Yeah, PM it to me. That sounds good. Zayfrank left BuzzFeed, I think. I know, right? Isn't... I just... Oh, God, I miss Zayfrank so much. He's such a bamf. Yeah, PM it to me, and we can end this now, even though it's going pretty well, but... How do you PM on YouTube? It's a good question. You could also email thedebaucherousdweeb@gmail.com, and I'll find it there. Or if you're one of the people who didn't have Twitter or Facebook or anything, right? So, let's see. Oh, jeez. It's in the, so if you go to the About section of a YouTube channel, on the upper right-hand corner, there's like a send a message thing. I think I did that to Hannah Hart recently, and I don't even know if people, like, I didn't think that was possible to do to, like, people who have really big channels. So I don't know. I don't know. It confuses me, is what I'm trying to say. Or, I mean, I see every comment that anybody leaves on any of my videos, so if you just comment on one of my videos, I can PM you. But, yeah. Or I can PM you here. Let's see. Extraptor. Well, maybe I can. I don't know. Aha! You did it. Cool. I'm so happy that I get to go on the internet and talk to people who, like, know and love Zayfrank as much as I do. On the public comments on my channel. Okay. I'll find it then. I probably just got a notification, in fact. Maybe not. Ha sawinya hababi shababa. Somebody disliked my video about the plague? What the fuck? For shame. La da da. For shame. He asked for trouble the moment he came. Deception. Disgrace. Yeah, I miss old school YouTube in general. That was part of why I made my channel, because I was like, there's no more fun people doing the fun YouTube. I mean, there are fun people doing the fun YouTube. That was the weirdest sentence. Yeah. Oh, okay. I see your link. Okay, it's there. Anyway. Fun people doing the fun YouTube. Fucking idiot. I just realized that I should have been sitting over here this whole time because then you can see the painting in the background. Maybe I should just move that painting over. I don't know what I'll do, but I couldn't put the camera over there because there's so much shit back there that is shameful and that I don't want you to see. Anyway, I see your comment, so we can end this now. Especially since I have not been playing The Sims at all. Deception, disgrace. He asked for trouble the moment he came. That was one of the most disturbing things that's ever come out of my mouth. Does the link work? Let's find out. My internet is going really slow because it requires a lot of bandwidth or whatever to stream things, as I'm sure you already know. I'm glad that streaming is actually working for me now. The debaucherous dweeberinos. Nice. Cool. So can I just like invite whoever I want? Oh, it says create a server? Wait, I'm confused. I'm sure I'm gonna fuck this up. Deception. Disgrace. Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, we'll take this conversation off stream. Bye, guys! Thank you for watching this, and thank you for the cool conversation about VR. Maybe I should change the title of this to talking about VR. You guys are dope. You're the dopest. You're my favorite, and I love you in a non-sexual way. I don't know why I specified that it was non-sexual. That made me feel awkward and strange. Sometimes you say things and then you realize that they're weird. Bye! Squeaky chair. Very squeaky. Goodbye.